Hey guys, it's about beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Today I do appreciate you stopping by. Today's beer comes from Treehouse Brewing. This is their Snow. And what that is, according to the note I've got here, this was sent to me by my brother Greg, and he writes Snow from Treehouse, a wheat double IPA, and says he picked it up at the brewery and he thought it was very enjoyable. I'm probably sure it is a very enjoyable beer because Treehouse don't think makes a bad beer. So let's get on with this. We're going to jump over to Untappd and see what they have to say. They're calling it a 7.8%, and let's see if it's written. I don't see that information on the label, and it needs to be there. It just says a wheat double IPA, 1 pint, brewed by Treehouse, and doesn't have that on there. Well, they need to do that. They need to put the ABV on the can so we'll know. So if they do different batches and the ABV different, I can understand why they want to use the same label over and over, because they don't have to put that information on there. But wonder if it's different ABVs, you don't know what you're drinking. So I don't know. Untappd has it at 7.8%, so I guess we're at their mercy for that. Let's see what Beer Advocate says. 7.8%, so both of those guys say that, so it must be written on their website, I guess, somewhere. It's not on the can. And I say it, and I'll say it again. It needs to be on there. If they don't want to put the IBUs, need that. Now, as far as dating on this one, they are pretty good about that. On the bottom it says, our Snow is better, happier. Harper. No, it doesn't say happier. Our Snow is better. Harper. And then it says 1/17/19. And today is the 28th, the last day of February. So just a hair, about 5 weeks old, guys. So this is a wheat beer. So I didn't get the wheat wheezing glass out. We're going to pour it in this my usual snifter, because I find it to enhance those aromas better than any wheat glass is going to. So the commercial description here is right along, so bear with me. Snow is a Treehouse wheat double IPA featuring a notable percentage of wheat in the grist and a boatload of Northwest American hops, utilizing Citra, Centennial, and Sabro in large amounts of both kettle and dry hop, coupled with malted white wheat in the mash. We're able to create a wonderful and singular member of the Treehouse hoppy beer family. Juicy notes of tropical fruit, citrus, mango, lemon lime, and a hint of coconut grace the palate before a wheaty and slightly doughy body provides heft and balance. Snow is unique in many ways, but also carries the grace, elegance, and balance of the more familiar entries in the Treehouse lineup. We love this beer, and think you will too. So that is all we need to talk about. So let's get this big 16-ounce can opened up and see what we got. All right. And I'm not going to get, oh, it's very hazy coming out. So let's increase the rate of pour here. Looks very, very cloudy coming out. Looks like their typical New England style double IPA, guys. So we got us about a finger of head on that pour. It is very, very nice. I don't know who would be calling on that line.
From 540-237-3078.
You hear it as it's happening, guys. Looks like a glass of orange juice here. It looks very much like a glass of orange juice. So, you know, good looking beer. Good, great looking beer. Big white soapy bubble head. Very, very nice. Looks just like orange juice, guys. Let's get it to the nose. Very nice, very citrusy, oranges, mangoes, hint of grapefruit, maybe some pineapple. A lot of tropical fruit notes there, guys. Maybe even some pears or peaches. Smells absolutely awesome, guys. Wow. Delicious. Very citrusy, and that's what you're going to get when you use citra hops. I mean, that is a very citrusy hop profile. And they've used, I've not heard of or recall hearing of Sabro. So but Centennial, nice hop, but it doesn't have the punch that Citra is going to have. I've brewed with that hop before, guys, and it is awesome. Well, let's do the back end pour. I'm going to give it a swirl to make sure we get any kind of sediment in there and get it into the glass. Reinforced the head, but it didn't change the color. Still looks like a big old glass of orange juice there, guys. So it's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees. Let's sip on this, and we'll come back and see where this one ends up. Very tasty beer. Not surprised whatsoever. Treehouse does an awesome job. Just wish they'd put the ABV on the label. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it about an hour. Awesome lacing is up on the glass. It's an awesome beer, and I wasn't disappointed, whatever, or surprised. It's an awesome beer. It is. It's absolutely awesome. Now that's warmed up a little bit. I am getting a little bit of that wheat in there. It does have a very nice mouthfeel to it. The only thing I could say that I wish they would do is put the ABV on the label. But more than likely they want to use this label over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So that's why they don't do that. Because it's a pain in the butt to get these labels approved, and if you don't put the ABV on it, if the batch changes ABV from year to year or batch to batch, if they do it multiple times in the same year, they can use the same label because it hasn't got the ABV on there, and you have to go search either in Beer Advocate or Untapped or to their website to figure out what you're buying or what you're drinking. So I just wish they would do that, and they do on some of their beers, but some of them they don't. So, and that's the reason why they don't, so they can use that same label over and over and over again. So, but anyway, other than that, I find it a very, very tasty beer. I'm probably going to go against the grade on this one because I am a big fan of what Treehouse does. Their beers are awesome, guys. Usually they're outstanding, and I find this one to be outstanding also. I love, and everybody that knows me and has been watching me, these New England style IPAs and double IPAs have so much more aroma and taste to them. They kind of blow the West Coast style away with that. And it was a time when I thought the West Coast styles, and they were top notch. They were outstanding. And now that this style has come out, they nail it. I mean, you got super aroma and super hop presence. So it wouldn't be something that I would recommend to somebody that was trying to get into an IPA or a double IPA with a New England style, because they are just off the chain with the hops. And I like that, and I do. I mean, if I'd have had this beer 10 years ago, it might have blown my palate out of my mouth. But right now, it's perfect. It's perfect. So with that being said, guys, super tropical fruit notes. The hops are off the chain. Everything that you want in an IPA or a double IPA in the New England style is there usually, and especially from this brewery, the Treehouse and the Trillium, and a lot of other ones around the country that have jumped into this style and making those beers are very, very tasty. So there's some subscribers saying, I ain't been able to get one, I can't get my hands on this or that. You need to find somebody that you can trade something from your area, or just buy them straight out from somebody that's offering them to you, and do some kind of PayPal or something if you want to try something like this. Or better yet, if you know how to brew it yourself. So, that being said, we're going to do the final chug here. Awesome smell. We're not even going to leave that. Oh yeah, that is outstanding, guys. And I'm not going to deduct a grade because they're not putting the ABV on there. I wish they would, but it's not worth me deducting from that because I understand why they do that. Like I said, they want to use the label over and again. Anyway, it's a 10 beer for me, guys. Like I said, I'm going against the grade on this one. I can't think of a single thing that I would say to make it any better, other than putting the ABV on the label. That would be the only thing I could say to make it better, and that's not going to make the beer better. It's going to give you information that you probably would want to have or know to buy this beer or to purchase this beer. And on top of that, most of the stuff that comes out of this brewery is usually brewery only releases. I don't think they distribute it very far, if they do any at all. Maybe a keg sent here or there, but I don't think you can buy this at a craft beer store or any store from this brewery. But anyway, I digress. 10 for me. We'll go over to Beer Advocate and see what they say. They have 4.34 in their outstanding range, but I have seen better numbers from those guys before. But it is an outstanding beer, guys. It is world class. And over to Untapped, they have it at 4.28. Pretty similar numbers, but like I said, I think it's better than that. So if you buy this beer and you don't like it, and you post either on Beer Advocate or Untapped that you didn't like it, or it didn't do this or it didn't do that, you probably don't like that style. This is an awesome beer. So I mean, if you didn't like it, don't buy no more New England style beers, or don't buy. You know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, well, I didn't like it. Well, that is a 10 beer. Well, in my humble opinion, guys. Why didn't you like it? Well, it didn't have this, or didn't have that, or I didn't like that, or didn't like this. This is what you're after when you're looking for a New England style IPA or a double IPA. I mean, when you look that up, it ought to have a picture of this, or a lot of the stuff that these guys do. So, with that being said, like I said, it's just my opinion. If you don't believe me or don't trust me, buy it yourself, especially if you're in the area and you can get to that brewery and see what you think for yourself. But if you're not an IPA fan or a double IPA fan, you're probably not going to like it. And if you used to drink Budweiser, Miller, or Coors, I know you're not going to like it.